I love Spider-Man. He's my favorite. He has been for a very long time. But no, it was so cool to see him on the big screen. I just really fell in love with the character, and I really connected with him.
This was like crack to me, you know what I mean? I was like a super fan at like 7 years old. And that's what's really cool about this movie, is that it kind of is an emotional roller coaster. It has elements of comedy in it, but it also has elements of romance in it. Mm-hmm. And it also has elements of horror in it. There's times where Green Goblin's mad fucking scary, yo. And then there's elements of action, of course. You know, so it's one of those movies where it touches all the right things. And it touched me in the right place. Excelsior.
Enough said.
Hey man, you like and subscribe yet?
Nah, not yet, man.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
Cinema Rolls Podcast.
Welcome to the Cinema Rolls Podcast. I am Josh. That's my brother over there. We are the Cinema Rolls Podcast, a podcast dedicated to watching and studying film. And today we will be discussing and reviewing Spider-Man. Came out 2002. It's rated PG-13, has a runtime of 2 hours and 1 minute. It's directed by Sam Raimi, written by Stan Lee, Steve Ditko, and David Koepp. And it stars Tobey Maquire, Kirsten Dunst, and Willem Dafoe. You want to tell them what this movie's about?
Who am I? You sure you want to know? No, it's Spider-Man. If you don't know Spider-Man, I don't know what to tell you. But the synopsis of this film: Peter gets bit by a spider, spider-like powers, and learns what it means to have a great power. You know, as his uncle taught him, and he learns that at a great price, and he becomes a hero. He saves the day. There you go.
He sure does. He sure does.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've seen this movie a ton of times before. And I already kind of know your thoughts and opinions on it, but just so the audience knows, how do you feel about this movie?
Well, in case you don't know, and in case you can't tell, I love Spider-Man. He's my favorite. He has been for a very long time. I became a pretty big Spider-Man fan like a year or so before this movie came out. So there were some people when I was growing up, they were like, "You're just a bandwagon fan. You jumped on because the movie is coming out." No, not really.
You're also a kid when it came out, right? Like how old?
So 2002, I would have been 13 when it was released.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so I've always liked superheroes. But the only real superheroes I knew and watched growing up was Batman, Power Rangers, and Ninja Turtles. Didn't really get into much of the other traditional heroes until Batman, the animated series, and X-Men, and Spider-Man in the 90s. Spider-Man, I liked it. I think of those shows, Batman probably would have been my favorite because I was more familiar with Batman from the movies.
Yeah.
But I forget when the game came out. The first game on the PlayStation. I got that game. Then I cheated. I put in the cheat code ILLNET, which is Stanley spelled backwards.
Wasn't it
it unlocks
Shark? What's it called?
What?
They had all the cheat codes on it. It was like Shark, something Shark.
Oh, Game Shark?
Yeah.
You could use that, yeah. I didn't use the Game Shark. So the game actually had codes you could just put in. And
that's right. I do remember that, yeah.
And ILLNET was the ultimate one for this game. So you type it in and it unlocks everything. And what was cool about that, not because that we beat the game pretty easily, but I didn't have to go around collecting all the comics that you can get in the game. You just have all the comics there. And so one night I remember I stood up and they don't have like the actual comic on the game, but like they show you the cover and give you a little summary of what the issue is about. So it's like all these key moments in Spider-Man's history. And so I went through and I read all of those and I just really like fell in love with the character and thought he was so cool and I really connected with him. And so that's when I became a big Spider-Man fan. And I even have or had a Spider-Man like mural painted on my wall in my bedroom because I just thought he was
Yeah,
so cool.
done
And
by our cousin Mile. It was really cool.
yeah, and yeah, and so mom and dad were always like, "Oh, when are you going to grow out of this?" Like, I'm not Spider-Man's my guy, all right.
when
But
when are you gonna grow out of this? You're like, you got all your Spider-Man stuff on. You got your memorabilia right there. Was
yeah,
that signed by Sam Raimi? Is that what that is?
yeah, this is cool. So block player, yeah. So there it is.
Dang, one
So
frame of the
um,
right.
yeah, yeah. So when the DVD came out, I bought the special collector's edition like gift set. I think it was called. It's a long title. Came with a bunch of stuff, but that was one of them. It's a frame from the movie, and when Sam Raimi was here at Fan Expo, went and I had him sign it. And Sam Raimi's super nice guy, by the way.
He
Uh,
seems like a nice guy.
yeah, but yeah. So the movie finally comes out, and I watched it. I loved it. I going to Westland at the time, so I didn't get to skip school for it like I did for some other things. But Fridays we always had a half day, so right after work, or right after school, we went for one of my friends' birthdays. I think it was Diego's brother's birthday.
Mm.
We all went and saw the movie. Yeah, it was awesome. It was really cool, and because I knew a lot about Spider-Man at that time, I remember my biggest issue with it was Peter Parker had blue eyes, and like
Yeah.
Peter Parker's supposed to have brown eyes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that doesn't matter at all. Um, but but no, it was so cool to see him on the big screen, see him crawling up walls. I thought it was so cool. I thought it was done really well. And yeah, without that movie, he wouldn't have what the MCU eventually becomes.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, there were other movies before that did well, but this one like really like it's
It proved that superhero movies are
yeah,
here to stay, I think.
it did. And I think Sam Raimi had a lot to do with it
For sure.
because he loved Spider-Man so much. But yeah, I don't know what else to say other than I just loved it. Tobey Maguire, to me, is my favorite. I have a hard time saying he's the best because I do think Tom Holland is the best because he is best both Peter and Spider-Man. Toby's my personal favorite, and it's because he's a great Peter Parker, and I think that's why the movie works so well.
Yeah.
It's because his portrayal of Peter Parker, and then also Willem Dafoe as Norman Osborn,
So good.
who killed it.
So good.
Yeah, so cool movie. I watch it pretty often. Yeah, what do you have to say about it?
It's hard to like review this movie because I feel like it's just like I don't know, it's part of my past, part of my upbringing, part of my nostalgia. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I was 7 when this movie came out. So and I was groomed into liking Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Like like Spider-Man was everywhere when I was growing up.
Oh yeah.
The animated show, the video game, and they had multiple animated shows. I didn't just watch the 1990 one. I watched the Spider-Man one and Friends one. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Spider-Man and his amazing
His
friends.
Amazing
with,
Friends. Yeah,
Firestar and Iceman.
that came out in like the 70s or some shit. I used to watch.
I think so.
Watched all of them. You know, when this movie came out, it being so good, it was like this was like crack to me. You know what I mean? This was like as a kid, this was like crack to me, yo. Everyone I knew loved it. Especially my cousin Aldo, who was somebody I used to hang out with all the time. and we used to talk about the movie all the time. I remember he had a giant poster of it in his room. I had action figures. I had the Green Goblin. I had Tobey Maquire when he was all beat up and shit, and it was all his eyeball was showing because
Yeah.
it got beat up by the Green Goblin. So like I was like a super fan at like 7 years old, and I watched this movie. I think pretty often. This
Mhm.
past I think year, I've watched it twice now. Once for the podcast and once with my daughter. She got really into Spider-Man like about a year ago, and then we started watching all the Spider-Man movies and all the MCU movies. And funny enough, I wanted to get her opinion on it because she is a kid, and it seems like at her being a kid, she would probably like the newer Spider-Man the most, right? So I asked her that of all the Spider-Man movies you watched, which one was your favorite? And she said this one. So, and I didn't persuade her or anything. I just asked the question, and that was her answer. So, and I was like, cool, good choice.
Good taste, Arya.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's cool. I love it. I love that it takes itself seriously. And I know some people are going to be like, well, it doesn't take itself too seriously. There's a ton of comedy in it. Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
But it's the comedy is where it needs to be. It's not forced. It's not in really highly emotional scenes. It's not in scary scenes. And that's what's really cool about this movie is that it kind of is an emotional roller coaster. It hits all the right heartbeats. It has elements of comedy in it, but it also has elements of romance in it. And it also has elements of horror in it, especially with Sam Raimi directing it. He's really good at that. There's times where Green Goblin's mad fucking scary, yo. And then there's elements of action, of course. So it's one of those movies where it touches all the right things, right?
Yeah.
And it touched me in the right place,
In the heart, right?
The heart. I was talking about the heart. No, but it's a really good film. And I love that it has actual sets. There's quite a bit of CGI in it, but for the most part, like one of my favorite things is that set that Mary Jane is on during the parade, and it breaks off. That's an actual set. That's an actual thing with mechanics that broke off for her to like be on. That's so cool. And then that mix of having the set and CGI, like for example, all the floating balloons or whatever. What do they call them? Floats.
Floats,
I guess. Float balloons.
Yeah.
Those are all CGI, right? But it mixes those elements so well to the point where like this movie came out over 20 years ago and it still holds, I think. All the special effects still hold up really well. Yeah. So it's a dope movie. I don't know what else I can say about it. I'm just going to keep telling you it's good. Yeah. I don't really have a lot of problems with that. Maybe that's biased because, like I said, I was at the right age for this movie.
Yeah. What you were saying about the sets and I guess the environment and, the fact that it's set in New York, and then they built these pretty elaborate sets. And Sam Raimi even said he wanted it to be grounded in reality. He didn't want it to be like Batman in Gotham or Superman in Metropolis and like these fantasy like cities. Like they're like major like cities, but they're still like they're not real. It's not, you can't point to like, oh, I know where that is. And that's one thing that's I think is great about Marvel and a lot of their characters is that they're pretty grounded in reality.
They're not mythological, besides Thor.
There's some of it, but mostly it's pretty grounded. Like obviously, you can't get bit by a radioactive spider and become a superhero. You'll probably get sick if the spider didn't die before it got to you.
Yeah,
yeah. Stan Lee wrote these stories and these characters He kind of did it because it was easy for him to remember. But he's from New York. He lived in New York, and so he wrote about what he knew.
Right.
So that's why a lot of the characters are based there.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that does ground it in reality a little bit,
Yeah.
and so it just makes it a little more relatable.
Yeah.
And the fact that Peter is a kid, he's in high school when he gets his powers, and he has issues. He has problems with his friends, with his family.
Yeah.
He struggles to get the girl. He doesn't know what to say
Yeah.
because he's just like a normal dude. He just happens to have these great abilities.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So,
I that's another thing I love about it. It does feel like it's very grounded in reality. And like you said, Stanley kind of made it that way. So it's easy to do so with this type of story. But it still does feel like a comic book at times. Like
yeah.
there's some shots in it where it feels like it could have came straight out of a comic book. Like there's a shot of Oscorp in it that looks
Mhm.
like I'm like that's an establishing shot in a comic book. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Meanwhile.
Right, exactly. You know what I mean? Like it's so good. I love too that it very much feels like a coming of age story as well
Mhm.
as a superhero movie. You know, because he is a kid when he gets his powers, and when he gets his powers, he immediately does all the wrong things. You
Mhm.
know, he beats up his high school
Like a
bully.
kid would do.
Yeah, exactly. He beats up his high
Yeah.
school bully. He does everything he can to get the girl, trying to win money off some crazy shit, lying to his parents so he can go win that money just so he could buy a car so
Yeah.
he can impress the girl. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
he does all the wrong things, and
Mhm.
it is immediately faced with the consequences of those things, and it shapes him, and it makes sense that a traumatic event would shape him into the person that he eventually becomes. You know, and it's such a good story. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it does what every superhero movie thinks. I think every superhero movie should do, and it should
Mhm.
make you leave the theater or leave after watching the movie feeling like you want to be a better person, feeling
Yeah.
like you want to be someone's hero baby, like the Nickelback song.
Yeah.
So I think that's all I have to say. But yeah, it's love this movie.
Yeah. Great movie.
You want to move into ratings?
Ratings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
It's hard on it's hard to rate like a movie like
It's
this.
hard, it's hard to rate something that I grew up loving because
Right.
I love it no matter what, even despite whatever flaws there may be.
Right.
But I can't even think of many flaws that the movie has.
Yeah.
So, like, do I think it's perfect? No, I don't think it's perfect. So I'm going to give it a 9. That's
Nice.
my rating. Yeah.
Right on. That's funny. I
Yeah.
was totally gonna give it a 9 too.
Nice.
But yeah, just because, like, I guess a good comparison to it is like the other Spider-Man movies, and I think Spider-Man 2 is actually better than this one.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man 3 is the worst, but it is still a really good movie. I it's hard to pick out any flaws if there are any. Uh, yeah, I yeah, it's hard. It's hard, especially for a movie that like I grew up with and that I love so much. I don't think there's much I'd change about it, to be quite honest.
Not much to change about it.
Yeah.
Uh,
I will say, I will say, MJ is kind of a whore, bro. She's like with technically she ends up with like 3 different dudes in this one movie. And
Mhm.
if you count Spider-Man as the 4th dude, because she technically doesn't know it's fucking Peter Parker, so there's technically 4 guys. In her mind, it's 4 dudes in one movie.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
going on, man?
I mean, you could tell she has body issues, right? Because she doesn't.
Is that what it is? That's what it is, huh?
Well, because look, because um, what's his name? Harry also has daddy issues. And he doesn't treat her very well. She, dated him. Flash
True.
Thompson kind of sucks. she was with that guy. Um, or Spider-Man's a hero, like whatever, she likes him, but unattainable. He's masked vigilante.
Yeah.
Um, and then she doesn't really care for Peter until the end when he's like, I can't be with you because
Right.
I'm not going to tell you why, but I got other things going on, And
Yeah.
that's when she's like gravitating towards Peter.
Yeah. Also, too, though, how does she not know it's fucking Peter?
Well, I think she figures it out at the end, or like they hint at it, right?
Yeah. But like, for example, his whole fucking thing in the school, right? I'm just saying, if I went to school there and I seen this random nerdy motherfucker one day, he catches Mary Jane midair, catches all of her shit on the tray, beats up Flash, the big tough guy in the school, and also walks away with that same fucking tray with all these fucking strings attached to it. I'd have been like, yo, I fucking know who that guy is.
Yeah. Well, first you think, oh, that's weird. What's he doing? Right. But then, I mean, I don't think he really gets into being Spider-Man until after he graduates, but still you'd be like, is that Peter?
Like, one time in high school, I
One
seen this
time I
weird
saw a
thing
guy
happen.
that had webs coming out his wrist.
Yeah.
But freaking Harry kind of sucks too.
Yeah.
Because like at the start of the movie, when they're on that field trip, and he goes to talk to Mary Jane, and he tells her the fact that Peter just told him, which whatever. What else was he going to say? But he could have been like, "Yeah, Peter told me that. Peter's a great guy." Does not mention Peter.
No, he's definitely looking out for number one, trying to
And
get.
then at graduation, he sees her break up with Flash.
Right. He's like, opportunity.
Doesn't tell Peter.
Yeah.
He's like,
It slides
I'm
in.
gonna go talk to her now.
Peter doesn't even find out they're dating until Mary Jane tells him, and he's like, what the, like, she's like, oh, you guys are living together, aren't you? And he's like, which makes it even worse. Like, damn, they live in the same apartment. He's dating the girl that he liked in high school, and he didn't tell him shit about it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's funny that you mentioned daddy issues as well, because I think one thing that stuck out with me this time watching it was when Harry is on the phone with her at some point, and he's like, oh, that's after Spider-Man saves her, right? And she's talking about how incredible he is. He's like, what do you mean incredible? What do you mean incredible? He's like, well, I want to see you. He's like, I want to buy you something, and she's like, why? He's like, because it'll make you feel better, right? And the thing is, like, he's a spoiled kid, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if this is like an actual psychology thing. I'm not a psychologist, right? But people, to me, they seem to love other people the way they've received the love throughout their life.
Yeah.
Right. So if Harry Osborn was being loved by his father, just purely by his father buying him shit, because his father's probably so busy doing stuff. He's just like, oh, here's a new skateboard. Oh, here's a new video game. Fuck off, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And in Harry's mind, that's how he received love. So that's how he thinks love should be given.
Yeah.
So very, I don't know. That's very well written. All the characters are very well rounded. I think they're very much their character. Let's move on to fun facts. Are we in fun facts?
Fun facts. Yeah.
Fun factoids.
Got a lot of them.
Fun factoids with Eric.
Fun facts. Okay. So first, I want to talk about the man, Stan Lee.
The man, the myth, the legend.
How he came up with this character.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Stan Lee first thought of the character when he saw a fly crawling on the wall. He didn't like the name Flyman. So he ran down the list of insect names until he came to Spider-Man. It just sounded right and a little bit scary. Stan first pitched the idea to his editor and told him he wanted the character to be a teenager and to have problems. His editor shot it down, saying teenagers can only be sidekicks and heroes don't have problems.
That editor didn't know shit, bro.
Yeah. Stan shelved the idea until he was asked to write the final issue for a science fiction title that wasn't selling. With the endorsement of his wife, Stan introduced the world with Spider-Man in Amazing Fantasy issue 15. Excelsior.
Excelsior. When does I don't know if you have this written down, but when does Steve Ditko get involved?
Oh, I didn't write that down. Steve Ditko, he does the first issue, and I think does it for a while. But Dan went with Jack Kirby originally because
He did like all the characters pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. And he didn't like the way he drew Spider-Man. It was too bulky. He was too, built
I can
and
see that.
heroic looking.
Just based off his style, yeah.
He's supposed to be just a normal teenage kid. So he gave it to Steve Ditko, who came up with the version of Spider-Man we pretty much know now.
Right.
That's how Steve Ditko got involved.
Gotcha. Also, too, kind of getting a little off track here, but what do you think and how do you feel about some of the things that controversies that involve Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, and Steve Ditko about maybe possibly Stan Lee stealing their ideas and accrediting all of it to himself?
I think Stan was a salesman. I think he was a bit of a showman. Did he try to take people's ideas? Did he not give credit when it was due? Maybe. I can't say 100% for sure. But I don't know. He did what he had to do to get by. And without him, Marvel wouldn't be what it is and what it became.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say. It's hard to be like, you shouldn't have done that. Without him doing all that, I don't know if it would have gone anywhere.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah.
You want to know what I think?
What do you think?
I think so. The way Stan used to run Marvel Comics was there was a lot of different stories going on at a time, and so he couldn't like write and do everything, right?
Yeah.
So it was like a very highly collaborative effort amongst everyone there at Marvel. So there's times where even like he would just give kind of like Jack Kirby or Steve Ditko like an outline of a story, like, hey, this is where I wanted to start. This kind of some things I want to happen here, and then I wanted to end like this. And they would just draw out
the story.
The panels,
yeah.
So in a way, they're drawing, they're creating the story in their image, and they're creating it like it's like, yeah, there's some bullet points they would have to hit here and there, but they're creating it. And so when Stan goes on talk shows and he goes, oh yeah, I created this person and this person, I created this story with this story, whatever, right? I think Jack Kirby specifically, I don't think Steve Ditko, there's a lot of controversy behind him, but I think Jack Kirby specifically was kind of upset about that because he was like, no, I'm technically at this point, I'm making up the stories. You're just giving me some ideas here and there, and I'm drawing it all out. You know what I mean? So it's a collaborative effort, and I don't think either of them wanted to credit either of each other for doing all of it because it was such a partnership,
Yeah.
So, but you could see how that can get a little muddy, if someone is just giving you story beats and then you're making the story. Like, okay, it kind of sometimes might feel like, okay, I made this story,
Yeah.
I remember I heard a radio talk show that had like Stan Lee on it, and then they called Jack Kirby up, and Jack Kirby and Stan Lee got into it, bro. And
I bet. Yeah.
And Jack was like, he's like, there's times where like I would even write in the dialogue for you, and Stan was like, well, I never used any of that. And I was like, golly, these motherfuckers don't like each other.
Yeah. What Dan had a nickname for like everyone. Was Jack, did he call him Action Jack? Was that it?
I don't remember.
I think that was one of them. He always had different nicknames for everyone.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Battling Jack.
I don't remember.
I don't know. But nope, that's Stan. Speaking of, this isn't about Stan, but there's a documentary. It was on Hulu about Bob Kane and Bill Finger and how Bob Kane basically stole like a bunch of stuff for Batman.
That's Finger, right. I think I watched that one.
Yeah.
That
was pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's move on.
Yeah. Back to factoids.
Yes. The director, Sam Raimi, is a longtime Spider-Man fan. He even had a Spider-Man painting in his room as a kid.
Hey.
Sam said he was surprised to have even gotten a meeting to direct the film, being that he had only done like smaller movies, never really did a big, action movie.
Yeah,
But
and
he
horror
went in,
movies.
yeah, and explained his love for the character. And the next day, he got the call letting him know that he had got the job.
Yeah,
What?
I just want to elaborate more on that one part.
Yeah.
Just because, like, I remember when I realized who this movie was directed by. I didn't realize that at 7, but at some point, as I gained more film
Yeah.
knowledge and I watched the movie
Yeah.
again, I was like, I wonder why they went with Sam Raimi. You would think,
Mhm.
especially from a big studio, they would go with someone, I don't know, more well known, someone who's done
Mhm.
something similar. Why, of all people, did they go with Sam Raimi, who did a lot of indie films, and not only that, but a lot of indie horror films? Why would they
Yeah.
go with the guy that did what's that movie?
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead. And yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think I don't know where I heard this from, but he really had a lot of passion when he went in there to go pitch
Yeah. Mhm.
for himself, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what got him the job, was the passion.
The job, for sure.
And they made the right choice.
I agree. At one point, James Cameron was set to direct a Spider-Man film with Leonardo DiCaprio as Peter. The film would have been grittier, more foul language. The script did have the organic webs, which did make its way into Sam Raimi's film.
Nice. Let's go. I didn't know that last part.
Joe Manganiello and
Flash.
James Franco originally auditioned for Peter Parker.
Oh.
But Sam always wanted Tobey after seeing him in Cider House Rules.
Nice.
Tobey Maquire had never read a single issue of the comic before being cast. After he read the first 4 years of the comics as research.
Wow. So a lot. He read a lot.
Yeah, I read a lot after he was cast.
I wonder if he still likes Spider-Man or not, though. Like, you know what I mean? You think he's like...
It's probably like a love-hate relationship kind of thing,
Yeah,
right?
probably. He's probably so over it by now. But
Tobey had 3 months to bulk up for his role. And they had to use a body double for his pre-transformation scene.
I was just about to ask that, because I was wondering that too when I watched it. And
I was wondering that too this time around. I was like, did they really like film it after he bulked up?
I was like,
what happened?
I mean, 3 months isn't that long, so like they could have,
No.
Filmed it prior to him bulking up and then filmed it the other part later. But, yeah, that's crazy. Is that you can't really tell it's a body double.
Yeah. So some other skinny guy with Tobey Maguire's head on him.
Yeah,
like they did for Captain America, only not as
but Captain America looks janky.
extreme. Yeah.
But, and I mean, you have like Captain America's like in it for like half, like almost half the movie.
Yeah.
He's like that, you know what I mean? So maybe that's why it looks so janky. But what in this movie, like it's damn near flawless.
You wouldn't have known. Like,
Yeah.
I think everyone thought that was Tobey.
Yeah.
He actually only had 2 months to train, but then shooting was postponed, so he used
got
that
an extra
additional
month.
month to keep working out.
A
Willem Dafoe lobbied for his role after having read the script. The studio wanted to go with Nick Cage or Christopher Walken,
those would have been awful, yeah.
but were sold on Dafoe after he sent a tape of him performing one of Norman's scenes.
Yeah, I mean, he's fucking incredible. He fucking steals the show in this movie.
He does.
So good.
Yeah, a lot of times I think for superhero movies and even comics in general, is your hero is not as good as the villain. Like if your villain sucks, it doesn't matter how cool your hero is.
Right.
It's not going to work.
True.
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe is just amazing. He does amazing in every role he has. I'm really glad he's been teaming up with what's his face? Robert Eggers. Is that name?
Eggers.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, Eggers.
Then Dafoe did most of his own stunts, as he felt it was important that the character would move as he moves.
Dang. Yeah. It makes sense.
Yeah.
It looks like
He
him
even
in the
did-
suit.
Yeah, he even did a lot of his own stunts in No Way Home as well.
He's wild. He's a wild guy.
Yeah. And then in order to sell the studio on Tobey, Sam asked him to do some test footage. He shot a scene of himself shirtless beating up some thugs. It worked.
Nice.
I think they weren't sold on him because he wasn't like an action star, you know.
Right.
So when they saw him,
Like, here's your
he got
proof,
bulked
bitch.
up, and he can fight a little bit.
That just goes to show you that
that
studios like really just have no fucking idea.
no,
Like,
they
they've
don't.
just been like that forever, yo.
Kirsten was cast only a month before filming. Toby had to fly out to meet her as she was filming another movie, and Toby was not feeling well.
Got her sick.
No,
Oh.
but upon arrival, he received a note from her thanking him for coming despite him being sick, and they instantly had chemistry.
Nice.
They even dated for a little bit.
Do you know of some of the other people that were in the running for Mary Jane?
For Mary Jane?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think some of the videos I watched today did say, but I don't remember.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
I was just assuming because she got casted so late compared to everybody else that maybe there's other people that they wanted.
I'm sure there was. Kirsten did a lot of her own stunts, seeing as her character did not wear a mask.
Fair.
And then Sam Raimi's yellow Oldsmobile makes an appearance as Uncle Ben's car.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Right
He
on.
puts that car in like every movie he does.
Yeah. Him and
Yeah.
Bruce Campbell.
Yep, that's my next one. Bruce Campbell makes his cameo as the wrestling announcer.
Yeah. Kills it.
And this is for my wrestling fans. Bonesaw is played by real life wrestler Macho Man Randy Savage.
Randy Savage. I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime.
This one I learned today. I'm sure I probably knew at some point because I remember watching the DVD extras a lot when I was younger. But I didn't remember this. The spiders were painted red and blue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They were like painted on.
they were
Them?
painted on, and they like
Oh,
use special like makeup for spiders.
I always just assumed they were fake spiders, like CGI or something.
Yeah, I always thought it was just CGI spiders. No, they had real spiders that they painted red and blue.
That's crazy. Whose job was that?
The spider
The
wrangler?
spider painters?
Yeah. Apparently, spiders have breathing holes on the other underside of their bellies, so they couldn't paint over that. They paint the back. That's what they did.
Gotcha. That's
Yeah,
wild.
learned some spider facts today.
You gotta get a microscope for that shit.
Yeah. And last fact, Stanley's cameo changed twice. Originally, he was selling sunglasses and says, they're like the ones they used in the X-Men. But that was cut for, I don't know what reason.
Copyright reasons.
But then he was supposed to pick up the little girl and carry her away to save her from falling debris, but she was too heavy for him. Instead, he just kind of like grabs her, and I think that's right there.
Yeah, as he like turns to there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yep. And that's all the facts. There's plenty more facts, obviously, but
Nice.
I feel like that was enough.
I got another fact for you. There was a
All right.
security guard that was working on the set of the movie, who was arrested because he stole some of the suits on set.
Awesome.
Yep. They went missing, and then I think they put out like a cash reward. I want to say it was like $20,000 or $25,000, and he eventually returned them, and then they arrested him.
I know Tobey Maquire. He had to be sewn into the suit because the
It was so tight.
zipper would break. Yeah, the
Golly.
zippers would break, and so they had to like sew it together while he was still wearing it.
Sheesh.
It was pain to take off, apparently.
I bet, especially
Other
after
than
he
that,
starts sweating in there.
he said it was actually pretty comfortable.
Oh, okay.
He was able to move around and stuff. But
I was gonna say, I
just-
feel
it
like
was real
the
tight.
gonads would be
Yeah.
a little,
Yeah. Mm.
uncomfortable. At least my gonads would be. Okay, that's enough about gonads, Eric. Let's let's move on to suggestions or recommendations. Yeah,
Yeah,
what
let's
would
do it.
what would you like to recommend?
Oh, another fact I didn't write down before we get there because it involves the first recommendation. Danny Elfman composed
Oh yeah.
the score. Yeah.
Mhm.
And so he did a theme for both Peter and Spider-Man.
Mm.
Yeah. So
Nice. Two different people, kind of technically.
Kind of.
Kind of technically.
Yeah, he said he needed two different things because they both portrayed two different like emotions.
Two different
basically.
characters, pretty much.
Like Spider-Man's heroic and he's swinging through the city.
That's fair. Yeah, you can't really.
and
I mean,
and
while he's Peter Parker, you
Peter
can't be
had
having a heroic song
more of
going on.
they had more of the like bad like emotional stuff, like when sees Uncle Ben after he got shot. Like
Nice.
so,
Really
two
good
different,
score.
you know, things.
Danny Elfman
Yeah.
is awesome. He's one of the goats.
He is awesome, and that is my reason for my first recommendation.
Batman. Hey, nice.
Which Danny Elfman scored, and it's one of the great superhero films. So go watch that if you haven't. Trying to think what other recommendations were.
I'm going to go on with my list, and then we can come back to you.
Yeah, go for it.
Normally, I like to think ahead of time and come up with all these different ones that I think are relevant. But I didn't do that this time around, so I just really quickly winged it and wrote some down. But the first one I have on here is Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, the newest TV show, animated TV show. It's on Disney Plus.
Where this hat's from?
It's pretty cool, and it has like in Steve Ditko's kind of style. And this is actually the show that got my daughter into Spider-Man. She watched this on Disney Plus, and then she was like, one day she just came home. She's like, "Dad, I really like Spider-Man right now." And I was like, "Get out of here, bro." I was like, "I like Spider-Man too. Let's Spider-Man it up this weekend, dude." And then that's when we started watching all the movies. But yeah, this show was really cool. It's actually better than I thought it was gonna be. The 3D animation, I don't think takes away from the show at all. I think it's very well done. The next one I have on here, I tried not to just put a bunch of Spider-Man movies and things on here.
Yeah.
But you got to have Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse, right? Like,
yeah,
it's and within the intro of this movie, it makes fun of like all the Spider-Man movies and references all the Spider-Man movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, this is a must see, and if you haven't seen it yet, what are you doing, bro? Like, that's anybody that likes Spider-Man or Marvel probably has seen this movie. And if you're like, I don't know, for whatever reason putting it off, go watch them right now. They're great. The next one I have on here is not necessarily because it's an amazing movie. It's not the Amazing Spider-Man. But it came out a year after, and it is a superhero movie. And they do team up from time to time in the comics. And it is Daredevil with Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck?
Yeah.
Yes.
So this isn't like the best superhero movie, I don't think. But I thought it was pretty fucking cool when I was a kid. And for Marvel to come out with Spider-Man and then Daredevil a year after, it was just like, you're gonna be a fucking Marvel fan, bitch. You know, like just like one right after the other, you know? And I remember wanting to be Daredevil, and Daredevil is now one of my favorite superheroes. I got the Daredevil shirt. I've cosplayed as him before. I have the, what is it? Which comic is it? It's the one that's written by Mark Miller, and it's like I think I want to say it's called like Year One or something like that, or some shit like that.
Nice.
Daredevil, the man without fear. Miller and Rita Jr.
Nice.
It's a good one. Yeah, pretty much just goes through his whole backstory. This is the story that introduces his mentor Stick, which is in this movie as well. So, super cool movie. I know a lot of people give it shit, but I think it's cool.
I liked it.
Yeah.
A lot more I can say than that Electra movie that came out after.
Yeah. Electra in the comic, by the way, she's crazy, yo. She's an insane person. There's this one
an assassin.
There's this one scene in this comic that she's like a adrenaline junkie, right? Which is why she ends up liking Daredevil, because like he's always doing crazy shit. And he's kind of an adrenaline junkie for a little bit too. So they did they did this thing where they're doing crazy shit together. But like at one point, she would go into the city wearing like a sexy outfit, right? And she would purposely try to like lure in like these R-worders, you know? And then she just whoop all the asses, bro. For funsies. She did that for shits and gigs.
All right. I mean, it's hard to feel bad for R-worders, right? You know?
No, that's pretty cool. But that's pretty cool. I'm just saying she's insane, you know? But anyways, let's go back to recommendations. The next movie I have on here isn't necessarily similar, but it is grounded in reality. And it is, I think, one of the best superhero movies ever made. And it is The Dark Knight by Christopher Nolan.
Cool.
Yes. Which I guess that's not the best recommendation either, because I feel like everyone's seen this movie as well. But I usually try to put things on here that I think people might have seen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't need to say much about this movie. Everybody knows how great it is. And then one last recommendation, actually. I got to throw some anime in here. I know how much your friends love that I talk about anime. So I will recommend My Hero Academia, because it's a solid show, and it's inspired by American comics. A lot of the characters are inspired by American superheroes, and Deku, the main character, is actually inspired by Spider-Man.
Okay, I see it.
Later on, he acquires more powers, and you definitely start seeing more Spider-Man inspiration in his character later on. So that's it for me. Did you think of anything else?
I did. I remember a couple of the movies I was going to say.
Nice.
So, like I was saying earlier, people give a lot of credit to Spider-Man for like starting the superhero like craze and getting us to the MCU. But we wouldn't have gotten Spider-Man if it wasn't for these other two movies that came before it. First, Blade.
Ready to die.
Love Blade. Yeah. Wesley Snipes is just a kick-ass vampire, like or half vampire, like those other vampires.
Yeah.
He's the Daywalker.
Yeah. I listen to the Blood Rave music sometimes while I'm working out.
Yeah, it's a great song.
So good. Put that shit on repeat.
Yeah, no, that movie is awesome. And then the other one is X-Men.
Nice. Yeah,
X-Men. First X-Men movie. Yeah. Which is a great movie. And freaking Hugh Jackman is still playing Wolverine.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
I think it's going on 30 years
so
now.
Crazy. That's one of the first movies I actually remember watching in theaters. Was first X-Men. And I remember coming out of the theater feeling like I was Wolverine. I walked out of the theater with my fist like this. Because I pretended like I had fucking claws, son, and I was about to fuck somebody up.
I remember when we went to see it. We went to the Denver West Theater. Our Aunt Tiana went with us.
Yep.
I remember I got up to go to the bathroom. I don't know how many times.
Why'd you pee so much?
I don't know. I shouldn't have gotten a soda. I don't remember. But no, good movie. It's a good movie. And yeah, because of the success of Blade helped get Marvel out of bankruptcy. And then got X-Men, and it both did well enough that they're like, we need to make more movies, and so Spider-Man, and it's great. And my last recommendation is Kick-Ass.
Nice. I like Kick-Ass.
Love Kick-Ass. Movie's good. Comics are great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just about a kid who, he sees bad shit going on, and he's like, I'm going to do something about it.
Right.
Maybe he's a little crazy for doing it, but he stands up for the little guy.
Yeah. You're going to call yourself ass kicked?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Earlier, did I say it was written by Mark Miller or Frank Miller?
You said Mark Miller.
I meant Frank Miller. My bad.
Okay.
I was thinking about it right now, and I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, I was a little confused. It was like Mark Miller. That's what made me think of Kick-Ass, because he wrote Kick-Ass.
Mark Miller, wrote Kick-Ass. Yeah, that's how I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, because I didn't know there was a Mark Miller like Daredevil run. I was like, that probably has some cool like Catholic stuff going on because he's Catholic. But
yeah,
I don't know if Frank Miller's Catholic.
Yeah, I always confuse all the comic book guys' names.
Yeah.
Same with Ramita Jr. I think he has like a dad that also did comics. Yeah.
Yeah. That's my recommendations.
Cool. Right on. Well, let's move on.
All right.
To the bucket pool, yeah?
Yeah.
Right on. Last week we reached into that big head bucket man Galactus, and we pulled out a movie that is also scored by Danny Elfman. And that movie is The Frighteners. It came out in 1996. It's rated R. It has a runtime of 1 hour and 15 minutes. It's directed by Peter Jackson, the same Peter Jackson that did Lord of the Rings. And it's written by Fran Walsh and Peter Jackson. And it stars Michael J. Fox, just the guy from Back to the Future, and Trini Alvarado and Peter Dobson. What did you think about this movie, Eric?
I enjoyed this movie. I thought it was a lot of fun. I was able to tell that it was shot in New Zealand because it looked a lot like his other film that he did, Alive or Brain Dead. It has different titles. I was like, this is in New Zealand, isn't it? And I was right.
Nice. I would not have known that.
But it was a fun movie. I didn't really know what to expect going in as much. I know it's like kind of a cult classic. I know people love this movie, but I had never seen it. Yeah, it was a good movie. I would think if you like Casper or Scooby Doo, Ghostbusters, then this probably be a movie you would like.
Your vibe, yeah.
Yeah.
Right on.
What do you think?
I liked it. I thought it was cool. I thought it was quirky. It was a lot more quirky than I thought it was going to be. I thought I was because this was on my watch list for a while. I have a Letterboxd watch list, and it's pretty far down the list. So I put it on my list a while ago, and I just forgot. And so I thought I was sitting up for like a horror film, and it turned out to be like really quirky and really funny, and even a little sad. So I was surprised, but it was a good surprise. It was fun. It was funny. It was interesting. It was pretty original, and it feels like to me. I was describing to Natalie because Natalie and I watched it together. I was like, to me, it feels like Casper mixed with Beetlejuice, right?
Yeah,
it has like that quirkiness. Like if you had told me that this was directed by Tim Burton, I would have believed it. Actually, it's not as quirky as Tim Burton, but it has the Danny Elfman score, and it feels like a plot that he would enjoy.
Yeah,
and also too, I feel like this movie, some CGI artist discovered that they could like use a humanoid figure to distort planes, like walls and shit and floors.
Yeah,
and they showed it to somebody, and they're just like, "Let's make a whole fucking movie about this," Like, yeah, and it's also produced. Was it produced by Robert Zemeckis? I think he's an executive producer on here, which makes sense as to why Michael J. Fox is in it, and Jake Busey, right? That's his name, Jake Busey.
Yeah,
the guy that plays the bully in
Gary Busey's son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So it makes sense as to why they're in here.
Did you recognize the girl?
From Paulie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I recognized her right away.
Yeah. Her hair gave it away.
Yeah. You know,
I always thought
I
she was
love
really
Paulie
beautiful.
when I was a kid. Yeah, and I always thought she was so pretty.
Yeah.
When she like shows up at the end of the movie and like, Marie's an adult now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, her smile in that movie in Paulie, I was always like, "You are so pretty,
Yeah. I
lady."
always thought she was
And then like
beautiful.
he showed up in this movie, it's like, "Hey, I know you."
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's funny. When she came on the screen, I was like, "Oh, she's from Along Came Polly." And Natalie looked at me like this, and I was like, "Wrong movie. That's not the movie I was thinking of." Yeah, Polly.
Just a movie about Ben Stiller and his art.
and jizz in his hair.
That's another movie.
Is that a different movie?
Something about Mary.
Oh golly, yeah, that is a different movie. Along Came Polly's with Jennifer Aniston, right?
Yes.
And the jizz hair one is with Cameron Diaz.
Yes.
Okay. There was a moment in time where Ben Stiller was doing like very specific movies, and those movies all blend together for me. Those two are specifically the movies that blend together for me.
I saw that this movie is what made Michael J. Fox go back to doing TV.
Oh, really? What does that mean?
He was away from his family too much. So after this, he went and starred in Spin City, which is one of my favorite shows from the 90s.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Michael J. Fox. He's a family man.
Yeah. What'd you think of? I was a little confused by the ghost and the girl like team up. Like, what happened there?
The ghost girl team
Like,
up at the end.
So the girl, so there's an old lady and her daughter living in that house that was like haunted.
Oh right. Yeah.
And like you're led to believe like the old lady's kind of crazy and is letting her daughter get hurt by this ghost. But really, the daughter's like the ghost.
Yeah. No, she liked that shit.
And I don't know. I was just very confused.
She's like, he comes by and torments me, but she's into it. So.
But why? What's the deal with the mom? She just
the mom was trying to keep her from killing motherfuckers. Mm-hmm. The mom was like, mom knew that her fucking shit ass daughter was out there killing motherfuckers with her boyfriend. So when her boyfriend got locked up, and then she was also part of the trial, but I think they kind of let her go. They like cut a deal with her where she could go back home. But her mom was like, "Nah, you ain't fucking leaving this house," and that's why she was all like spiritual and shit too, because she thought her daughter was like the devil or some shit. So, at least I think.
So it was just a constant battle. And living in that house, her keeping like shooting at the ghost that was coming after her daughter, but her daughter actually liked it.
Yeah, well, I'm sure the mom knew that the ghost was her fucking boyfriend, so she was trying to keep her away or some shit, you know. So
I don't know. That was just weird.
Yeah, she was pretty crazy. I once she found the little razor thing, box cutter thing, in the mom's closet, I was like, oh no, it's the girlfriend, because they did the whole. What gave it away was a documentary, and the little documentary piece in the beginning where they're talking about the two of them. They give you the whole backstory of the two killers.
Yeah.
And they're like, she's led to believe to have also killed some people too, blah, 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 right? And I was like, as soon as she found the box cutter, and he had already told the story about the car accident.
Okay. So you're like, yeah.
I was like, oh, this bitch was out there in the forest, and that's why she had the number on her forehead.
Yeah. I was going to say, I like his name, Arlie. I don't know if we call it a cameo, but his like appearance as like the guard of the cemetery. He's like, ghost.
Yeah, I know, right? That was super cool. Yeah. Pretty much just plays the exact same character from Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool.
It was really cool. I didn't know he was in this movie, so he popped up. I was like, what? Wait a second. Yeah, that was cool. Oh, I like that they showed Michael J. Fox's trauma. Like he had like a PTSD moment in the bathroom, right? Because in the when you first in the beginning of the movie, when he first sees the number on the forehead, he assumes that it's one of his ghost homies fucking with him. And he goes, that wasn't funny, right? And you don't realize why it wasn't funny for him until later, because his wife had a number on her forehead, right? So he thought his ghost homies were fucking with him in the way that his wife passed away.
Yeah.
But then later on, when he sees it again in the bathroom, he doesn't assume that it's like some demon or some shit. He thinks he's having a PTSD moment and he's seeing numbers on people's foreheads. And so he's like, fuck, you know, and he's like in the bathroom, like trying to like rub his face, like trying to figure out like how to fix himself. But then the motherfucker dies in front of him, and then he's like, oh shit, like maybe this is actually something else, you know? But yeah, it was because in both of those moments, you don't realize why he's freaking out about the number on the forehead. So it's like some good setup, some good foreshadowing.
I did like how he got how he like stopped him at the end. He becomes a ghost and he kills the girl basically and forces her to start go through the other side.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
And I knew he was going to be sent back because obviously self-sacrifice, you know, it means, you know, you're good. You're not supposed to be dead. But yeah.
I will say I didn't really understand the was it the FBI agent guy?
So that guy was weird.
He was just weird for no reason. I thought he was going to be more a part of the plot. Like I thought he was going to be like, oh yeah, I'm a huge super fan of this serial killer that's from this town or something, right? And that's why he has all these markings on his body, like 666 and shit like that. But he's just a weirdo, I guess.
Yeah, he's just a weirdo.
And I also think a good cast for him would have been Jim Carrey. Like Jim
Carrey made
Carrey.
it better.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a part where he's interrogating Michael J. Fox, and he's doing like all these like crazy like type shit, right? And I was like, oh, that's like a Jim Carrey impression. I feel like Jim Carrey should have just been in this role, you know?
That would have been cool to have Jim Carrey and Michael J. Fox on screen together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would have worked.
Yeah, it would have.
Yeah, that motherfucker was weird. And I feel like he only existed in this story to create layers of conflict. Like he didn't really tie into the story very well. All right. You want to move on?
Yeah.
Let's move on. Let's move on to the bucket pool. We got to pull from the bucket.
Yeah. It's Goodfellas.
Oh, love Goodfellas. Love good. Have you seen it, Eric?
I haven't seen it.
Oh.
No. I'd like to.
I'm glad you're going to go watch it, Eric. It's it's so good.
It's Ray Liotta, right?
Yeah, Ray Liotta. Yeah. Such a good movie. Honestly, this movie is like up there as far as like favorite movies go.
Awesome.
It's good. Martin Scorsese.
It's the pigeons from Animaniacs, right? Are basically like a parody of the characters.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Lot of good sequences in this movie. A lot of good lines in this movie. No one does gangster mom movies like Scorsese does. You know.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yep, I'm excited too. I like that movie. Cool. I've actually been meaning to watch it again. So.
I think it's on the thing. I have another movie to scratch off.
Hey, we're out of home. Well, let's move on to what we've been watching. Yeah.
Yes. What have you been watching?
What have you been watching?
All right. Well, on Sunday, I watched a lot of movies while I was editing.
Okay.
But
I don't know how you do that.
Yeah. The one I paid the most attention to and actually didn't do a whole lot of editing. It was Jersey Girl.
Oh, nice.
Which I haven't seen in a while. Have you seen Jersey Girl?
Yeah, I want to say I watched it recent. I mean, it feels recent to me now because I'm old and like years go by really fast. I want to say I watched it like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I watched it, but it's such a cute movie.
Very cute movie.
Kind of sucks that it didn't do that well, and I think it's because the whole Bennifer thing. You know, people didn't like Geely and they didn't want to go watch another movie with both Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez again.
It's actually a really solid movie. I think the reason I ended up rewatching it is because I have a daughter now. You know.
Yeah,
and it's very cute father-daughter movie.
It is. It is very cute. I liked it a lot, and I had completely forgot about that scene where the kids like throw each other their stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
There is some weird
I,
stuff in it. Yeah,
I was like, "Whoa, that's crazy." I mean, it is like
very kid thing to
a
do, I guess.
very kid thing to do that. Like I know has happened.
Yeah.
It, but
As an adult, you're
still
like,
really.
no,
As a dog, you're like, don't,
don't do
don't do
that.
that.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
yeah,
But then it leads to like a joke where she walks in on him in the shower with the girl from the video store,
yeah,
and like she sits him down. She's like, "What are your intentions?"
yeah.
Uh, that was
Uh,
it's a funny movie. It's good. I think it should have done better.
yeah, yeah. It's sad that
No,
it didn't. I feel like Kevin Smith sometimes looks back on that movie like he failed, but I think that
yeah,
was a solid movie. Uh,
it
the,
was a solid movie.
that movie, I'm pretty sure in that movie, there's a scene where if you flush the toilet, the water turns like hot or cold. I forget.
Yeah,
Right?
I don't know. I
Which one was
couldn't
it?
tell
Hot or
you
cold?
what it
Okay,
is. It changes temperature. I know that
right.
much.
And I remember after watching the movie when I was younger, I want to because I don't know how old I was when I watched the movie. I watched it when I was young,
Hmm.
but after watching it, uh, I was always afraid to flush the toilet while the shower was on. I was like, I'm gonna fuck some shit up, bro. Like,
I liked the scene George Carlin, which he's great in this movie
oh
too. He just goes off to work, and Ben Affleck like had a meeting or something, and he's planning to leave the baby with his dad, but his dad goes off to work, and so he like tries to stop him. He's like, "What do you want me to do with this? Like, it's your kid. Take care of her.
yeah,
Figure it out."
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's kind of how it works.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
up?
good movie.
Yeah. What else did you
Um,
watch?
what else I watched that day was 51st Dates.
Nice. It's a cute movie too.
Something about Mary.
Funny movie.
What else? There was another one. I don't know. But yeah, I just most of those I just had on in the background. Didn't actually watch him, but like Jersey Girl I actually paid some attention to, which
Yeah.
it's a good movie.
What were you watching these on? Just on TV?
Yeah, they're just on my Fandango account.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, good movies. Other than that, I watched the newest episode of The Boys, which came out yesterday. Did you
Nice.
watch that?
I did.
Yeah. What'd you think? Reset.
Yeah, it's my favorite character, yo. That's my guy.
That's your guy.
That's my guy. I was talking to my roommate, my coworker and friend Randall about it because he watched that show too. He was asking me like about my favorite character and stuff, and he was saying that he actually really likes Soldier Boy, and I was like, really?
I mean, I kind of like Soldier Boy show a lot more than I do in the comics.
And I was like, he's kind of a douchebag. And he was like, well, who do you like? And I
Yeah.
was like, to be fair, I don't think the show is written for anyone to like any of the soups, right? Like they're all terrible people, except for maybe A Train towards the end.
A Train, he did have a redemption,
And Kamiko.
Starlight.
Oh, and Starlight. I always forget about Starlight.
Yeah.
Um, but Frenchie, he even though he did fucked up shit in the past, his character now, it seems like he figured it out already. He figured out the whole self-love thing. He figured out the whole, the kind of love is the answer for Frenchie. You know what I mean? Like even when they're at that like old military base or whatever, bot base or whatever, and everyone's getting all angry, and he like did so many drugs so it doesn't affect him.
Yeah.
So he's like trying to calm everyone down. He's the guy, right? He's the guy that like keeps everyone grounded and in check. And besides maybe what's his face, the main character,
Billy?
Huh?
Billy Butcher?
No, not Butcher.
Huey?
Right? Huey's the other guy that keeps everybody grounded. But Frenchie was the guy that like was like the guy that reminded everybody, like, hey, we all love each other. You know what I mean? We're all good.
Yeah.
So Frenchie was my dude. That's the thing. If I related to anybody in this fucking show, was Frenchie. So yeah, they got him.
They got him.
Yeah.
And they finally explain Mother's Milk's name.
Yeah. Yep. Amen.
MM.
He's my other favorite character.
He is one of their characters in the show and in the books. He's pretty cool. Dog Knot and that character, I don't know her name. That
That
was
scene was
crazy.
wild, right? I knew something weird was about to happen. So I was telling this for Randall too. I knew some weird shit was about to happen because she walked in that room, closed the door, and on the wall was like a bunch of weird shit, like whips and shit like that. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh god, here we go. What's gonna happen? And then she started doing that, and I was like, this isn't that weird. It's weird, but like I'm not like disgusted by it. You know? and then and then and then and then the other dude walks in, and then they start sniffing each other's buttholes, and then I was like, okay, this is
Yeah.
getting too weird now. You know what I mean? Like now I gotta look
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say. That scene when like the interrogation room with that psychic guy who
Yeah,
like came what's his face?
he's kind of
Jeffrey Dean Morgan's
he's kind of
character.
like Professor X in a way.
But that was cool.
Yeah, that was cool, and how they
That was
got past him was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was a good scene.
And they reverse psychology to him.
Yeah, my friend, my old manager, who's likes the show, he hasn't kept up with this season, but he said that a lot of people don't seem too happy with this season. He's saying that they're fumbling this season like Game of Thrones did,
Yeah,
which I would disagree on. I think this season's been decent, and even though they've deviated from the books a lot, based on everything I've seen, it seems like they're headed towards an ending that's pretty similar to what happened in the comics. I don't know. I mean, it's working for me. I don't know about everyone else, but I think it's good.
I think it's pretty all right. I don't think it's the strongest season, but I think it's pretty all right. I don't think it's terrible.
Yeah.
But I think also, and I think people have to know this because like it seems like everyone gets very very upset when a show is ending, right?
Yeah.
And I think what it is like people have all these different expectations of how it should end, right? And
Yeah.
the thing is, it's really, especially a long running show, it's really really hard to end it.
Yeah.
It's hard to end it with an ending that feels finished because the
Right.
whole way that series is set up and the way like episodes are set up is to keep the story going, right? So
Mhm.
you set up all these different plots to intertwine and interweave, all these different characters to have all these different dilemmas and intertwining, so you can just keep the ball rolling, right?
Yeah.
But when you get to the end, now you have to take all these different things that you started and tie it up with a nice little bow, right? And that's
Yeah.
hard to do.
Mhm.
And sorry, people, but I think you're never going to be satisfied with how certain things
Never
end.
satisfied.
I think the only show I could think of that has like a perfect ending is Breaking Bad, and I think that's probably because that's probably the only way it could have ended.
Yeah. I mean, and I kind of feel that way about, I haven't seen the ending yet, but I feel like where I think they're going is the only way and probably the best way to end it. And I don't think people are going to be satisfied with that. Yeah. And like you said, like long running shows, which I don't know if I'd consider The Boys long running, but you have all these different characters. You need to pay off all their storylines. Yeah. Like, how do you do that with a show that's been on for so long? People, they don't want to say goodbye. This is like their comfort show, something they come to uh, every week to watch, and now it's just going to be over. And what are they going to do?
Right. It ain't easy. It ain't easy.
No, just find a new show.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the biggest example is Game of Thrones, right? And
Yeah.
look, I've looked at a lot of people's different ideas and points on how to end it, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't think anybody really had a solid idea. I mean, there's a couple where I was like, okay, I could see it, like that'd be a pretty solid ending, but like
Yeah.
two out of like all the differing opinions I've heard, that's not a lot, bro. That means that shit's hard to do, you know?
Is that why George R. Martin just won't do it?
I think that's why he's not finishing it. Yeah, I don't think people are going to be happy with how he finishes it either.
No matter what he does, no one's going to be satisfied.
Exactly. I think he saw the
Yeah.
backlash with the show, and he was like, I'm gonna stay away from that.
It's like, I didn't watch Lost, but I know everyone hates that finale in that last season.
Right.
Yeah, I think when you have a show that one starts off like kind of crazy and it's like a mystery, you don't know what's going on, what's happening, and you just keep going, so you don't always like solve the mystery, but like more mysteries come about. Like, what does this mean? Whatever. Get to the end of the show, like you gotta figure that out,
I think,
and
yeah.
and it's like Schroeder's cat, right? Is that what it is? Like, because
Yeah. Troy's quick cat.
there's the cat that's in the box. You
Yeah.
don't know if it's alive or dead until you open the box, right?
Yeah.
It's like, so it's this thing, you know there's something in there, and you expect it to be one thing, and it's probably going to be something else. And if it's that other thing, you're not going to be satisfied.
Right. Yeah.
But you're not going to know until you open the box.
What's in the
So
box?
you can't know until the show is over.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you don't want the show to be over. You like knowing that the thing's in there and it'll always be there until you open the box.
Right.
Yeah,
that's a good analogy. I think the best way to do it is to write a beginning with an ending, right? But the only problem with that is that studios, a lot of times, if your show is doing well, they want you to keep putting out more seasons, going. Right? So it's hard to do that. It's just hard, people. Mm-hmm. So get used to being disappointed, okay?
Yeah, get used to it.
Did you watch anything else?
I actually watched this last week, but I don't know if you watched it or cut up Daredevil.
I did get caught up on Daredevil today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. What did you think?
I don't know what it was about this season. I just wasn't super into it. But I will say the courtroom scene was really good.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, cool. Snap. This is getting crazy. but yeah. I mean, and then, and spoilers, Luke Cage coming back. I kind of figured that's what was going to happen when they introduced Jessica Jones and she had the daughter and the daughter was half black. I was like, okay, well, obviously that's Luke Cage kid. So I figured he was going to come back at some point, but
yeah, I hear they're all getting back the Defenders for next season.
We can leave out Iron Fist, right? We can leave out Iron Fist. Let's redo that one.
I hear he's coming. I hear they're all getting back together.
Oh, come on, man. Iron Fist could have been so cool, and it just wasn't. I don't think. I didn't like that show.
It was the worst of the shows.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I think it kind of got thwarted in that way, where it's like, we just got to put out this last one so we can get to the Defenders, So,
yeah. Then the Defenders wasn't even that great.
It wasn't, yeah. It was just like, cool, team up. That's about it.
Yeah. But, yeah, I haven't been watching anything else. So, what have you watched?
The Boys, Daredevil, I finished Beef.
Nice.
It was really good. Please, everyone, go watch that fucking show. I love it. I love it. I love it. So good.
Anyone die?
Yeah. A lot of people died.
Oh, wow. Nice.
It's a crazy show. Let's see. What else did I watch?
You know what we didn't talk about last week? Was the Maul finale.
Oh, yeah. Yes. I meant to bring that up. I thought about that. Literally yesterday I was in the shower and I was like, we never talked about Maul. And it was so cool.
Yeah.
Vader showing up?
Yeah, Vader.
Oh my God, bro.
That's awesome. That was so cool.
He was so scary.
Yeah.
He didn't even have to say it. He just had to breathe. And you're like, golly. Like, I can't imagine, right, being in the Star Wars universe and hearing, I'm fucked.
Click. I'm dead.
I'm so fucked right now. What do I do? I can't do anything, dude. Super cool. Amazing. I loved it. I loved it so much. I'll rewatch that whole show right now.
Nice. I don't remember the girl's name, but I think she's going to be Maul's apprentice, basically.
Oh, yeah. He set it up real good. He set it up real good.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm just going to let our fucking master die by Vader and let her see it,
Yeah.
Like, let that rage fuel her,
I haven't seen the Clone Wars or Rebels, um, and I don't know if Vader or Anakin knows much about Maul, but
Mhm.
Maul would know of Anakin, right? Because
I feel like it
he
might be
was.
the other way around. Like I feel like Obi-Wan would probably talk to Anakin about
Well,
Maul.
yeah, I would think
And
but Maul was sent to Tatooine to stop them, right, from getting Anakin
yeah, so
or
Anakin
something.
saw him for a second, actually,
Yeah,
when he was getting in the ship, you know? And he might have
I
also
don't
seen
know.
him too before he flew off on that fighter jet. Um,
I
but
just don't know at this point. Vader showing up with Maul, know who he is, and would that make him fear him even more?
I think I think Maul knows that. I don't think he knows he's Anakin, but I think he knows that that's the Emperor's new apprentice. That's the guy who took his fucking job, pretty much. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
and so I think there's an immediate like hate towards him and an immediate like I have to prove myself that
No.
I'm better than this motherfucker. And they both have robot legs, so
Yeah.
um, so who's a better robot leg guy? You know. Uh, But Maul soon finds out that, like, very quickly finds out that that motherfucker is not to be fucked with, yo.
No.
He's like, I'm just gonna leave. Fuck this, bro. Guy's insane.
No. Did you send me that video of Sam Witwer talking about Vader and his fighting style
Yeah,
and how like he basically operates on precognition, so he already knows where he's going to be, so that's how he's able to
yeah. He's so
appear to be
precise.
so fast.
Yeah, he's just very
Yeah.
precise because he knows exactly what you're about to do,
Yeah.
which makes sense.
That's
That's because
crazy.
like he doesn't seem
Yeah.
like he's a very fast guy. He's very like, bulky, robotic, but like he just
He knows
Yeah.
your move before you make it.
yeah, you're fucked.
Yeah, and he's so ruthless too.
I know he doesn't give a fuck.
He's just like pounding and just going at him.
Yeah. It's like
It's
the
like,
Terminator.
"Jeez, Vader,
yeah.
calm down, man."
Yeah.
It's so full of hate.
Yeah, he's insane, dude. He's so scary. And I think it makes so much sense that Fortnite made a whole like event for Vader
Yeah,
where like he's kind of chasing you down or some shit.
you gotta like escape Vader.
Yeah, which cuz like he is so scary, bro. Like he
Yeah.
could be his own horror film, I feel like.
He's like space Jason Voorhees.
Yeah, pretty much. He's got the breathing thing and
Just-
everything too.
Just shows up out of nowhere behind you, puts a lightsaber through your throat.
Yeah, fuck that. Kills kids.
Yeah.
I don't think, well,
Little younglings.
yeah. Yeah. I get it, Padme. Like, I don't know you anymore. But yeah, Maul was awesome. I don't know if I watched it. I feel like I would watch something else, but I can't think of what it might be.
No anime.
No anime. Natalie and I have been very busy. I went to Rockville,
Yeah.
which by the way, I drunkenly posted a bunch of shit from Rockville onto the Cinema Rolls podcast Instagram, and nobody told me shit about it. The next day, I woke up the next day. I looked at Instagram and I was like, "What the fuck is that post on the Cinema Rolls thing?" And it's me like screaming and singing at the concert, and I'm like, "Oh my god, bro, this is not supposed to be here." And Natalie, I was like, "Is this glitching out? Maybe it's like it thinks it's my other Instagram, right?" And I was like, "Natalie, can you check the Cinema Rolls podcast Instagram to see if I posted stuff there?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, you did." And I was like, "Bro, you wasn't gonna tell you wasn't gonna fucking tell me, bro." But yeah, we went to a rock festival, saw a bunch of bands, and so I was kind of just doing that all weekend, and then I came back
Yeah.
on Monday, and I had like I had the what do they call them? Post festival blues.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, everything was. It also doesn't help when like you're drinking for like 2 days straight. When you're like on a bender, and then you come off of it, and you're like everything sucks. You know. So I was like that for like Monday and Tuesday, and so I don't think I watched very much. I think I just
Uh-huh.
So I think that was
Cool.
it for me. There is you want to move on to things that are coming out? What's the section called?
Yeah.
What's coming
What
out?
we're looking
What we're
forward
looking
to.
forward to. There you go. What we're looking forward to. Leica, the animation studio that
Stop motion.
stop motion animation studio that did Coraline and Paranorman and Kubo, they came out with a new movie. It's coming out, I think, in October. It's called Wildwood, and
Okay.
it looks really good. I think it's going to be their best one yet.
Okay.
It looks like they
Cool.
took on quite a bit with this film. It seems like there's a lot happening. Seems like it's a solid story. It looks very good. I'm excited for it. Yeah.
Cool.
Is there anything that's coming out that you want to talk about?
No, can't think of anything else. Nothing that we haven't already talked about anyway.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, I guess we move on. Wildwood looks awesome, guys. Go check it out. Go check out the trailer. It's already out. All right, well then let's go on to final thoughts for Spider-Man.
Final thoughts
Do you have any final thoughts, brother, for Spider-Man?
for Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do want to talk about this one thing.
Yeah.
Earlier I said it was like a coming of age story, right? And I think almost always with Spider-Man's powers, it's almost always referred to like implied to puberty,
Yeah.
right? And this time around, when I was watching it, I never really realized that like the webs coming out is kind of like a little bit kind of like the other thing, you know what I mean?
The other thing.
The other thing. and, and and even when it comes out a little bit at school, he's all worried about it and shit. And then in his room, he starts doing it a lot, right? And it's like all over his room. And Aunt May is like, Peter, like, what are you doing in there? You know? And they're like, oh, this motherfucker's acting weird. You know what I mean? He's probably getting into some weird shit. You know what I mean? And Uncle Ben was like, even like, you know, like I went to the same thing when I was your age, you know? And I feel like before watching it, I was always like, oh, he's talking like about like, I don't know, getting into fights and trying to be macho and stuff like that. Which maybe he is partly talking about that, but
yeah.
I also think he was talking about like getting into girls and like jerking off a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I knew what he was talking about the first time I watched it, but again, I was 13. So
yeah. Yeah.
I know exactly because I had the same talk with my father.
Nice.
Only I didn't have superpowers.
I was like, you're pretty much Spider-Man, Eric.
That's it's definitely an allegory.
Yeah.
Although in the comics, he made them. It wasn't organic. But
yeah, true. But this one seems like it's now that I think about it, it's kind of a little on the nose, you know.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that he has to stay hydrated to make all that webbing?
You know,
I don't know.
I was thinking about that too. You know, like what does it take to produce it? What is it made out of? What's it you know, how
do you think he has to change on his diet? Like,
maybe how strong it is,
the strength,
tensile density, yeah, and also too, like how does he retract? You know, sometimes like he'll like come down on it and then he'll like go back up. How does he retract it? Where the fuck does it go? You know what I mean?
Spiders, like when you see them do that, they're actually like crawling back up.
Yeah,
he doesn't do that.
Yeah, sometimes they're like really bouncy and sometimes they're not.
Yeah,
I don't know. His webs don't make sense. Also, the way he swings off the building never makes sense either.
Well, because he just swings like the webs don't go anywhere. Like,
And also too, another thing I thought about as a kid is like, who the fuck has to clean that shit up, bro? He just leaving webs all over the fucking city. Fucking window washers probably hate his ass, bro.
They dissolve. I forget how long he says it takes, but they are biodegradable.
But like initially when it's on there, like how hard is it to get it off? It's probably mad sticky.
I don't know. But I want to know about is in the second movie when that guy takes that slice of pizza and then he steals it back with the webs. Like someone wouldn't get a pizza slice full of webs.
Webby pizza. Maybe it tastes good.
Yeah,
probably not.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
Not unless he has pineapple in his diet.
Yeah, that changes things. Another thing, not jizz or web related, but another thing I like about this movie is that New York feels like a character. Like, and I think that's something that I'm not sure if that was something that was written into the script or if that was something Sam Raimi decided to do. You know, like all the like little side interviews with all the New Yorkers, right? And then so like throughout the movie, you're kind of getting to see all the citizens of New York, right? All the people he's affecting, all the lives he's saving, right? And then at the end, when the Green Goblin's trying to fuck up Mary Jane and the cart full of was it kids or something, right?
Yeah.
And the New Yorkers start throwing shit at him. He's like, "You messed with one of us, he messed with all of us," right?
Yeah.
And that part, I don't know why that part always like almost brings me to tears a little bit. Cause I'm just like, yeah, humanity, baby.
Yeah.
You know, like
yeah. Part gets made fun of a lot. People would just find it kind of ridiculous that like New Yorkers just start throwing things at the Green Goblin, like, "Yo, take all of us on." But I think it was a great scene for the time when it came out because this was right after the 9/11 attacks.
right.
It's like a year after.
Yeah.
And so like us as a country, like we definitely like come together, and I'm assuming like New York was even stronger. Yeah, you would think that's exactly the kind of mindset they would have. Like you're coming for us, we're gonna get you. Like,
right.
This is not cool. We're not going to stand for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially too after what 9/11 happened. You've seen all those like articles and videos of like New Yorkers helping each other and firefighters going in there to save people and some of them not even coming out.
Steve Buscemi volunteered.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because he was a former firefighter, and so when it happened, he went and he volunteered, helped out.
He's a cool dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's not, you know, especially after seeing all that and then seeing that in this movie, it's like, bam, you know?
Yeah.
New York, America, you know?
Did you ever see the teaser for this movie that had the Twin Towers in it?
No, but I guess they took it out, right?
Well, it was never shot for the film. It was strictly just a teaser they did. You could tell it's totally like different, like style, way it's shot and everything. But yeah, it's like some bank robbers rob a bank and then they get away in a helicopter. And Spider-Man, he like revs up the helicopter and puts it in between the two towers. Yeah.
Dang. Yeah.
And it's like next summer, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Well, after the attacks, they pulled the teaser from everything.
Yeah, I can't have aircraft and Twin Towers in the same shot. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like putting Bush next to the Twin Towers too. You know, it's like you can't do that either.
Yeah, no. Spider-Man's great. Sequels are good. Third one is the worst, although I still like it.
Yeah.
But I think, like you were saying earlier, studios don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And I think with this one and the second one, they let Sam Raimi do what he wanted to do because he was passionate about the project and he was a fan and did his thing and he made a good movie. And so they're like, okay, cool. He doesn't need our help. And then he makes the second one. The second one's great too.
Mm-hmm.
But then the third one, they're like, okay, you need to put Venom in this.
Right.
And he never wanted to put Venom in the movie. Stan Lee never wanted to put Venom in the movie. But the studio's like, the fans love Venom, so we need to put him in there.
Sheesh.
So they, yeah, and that's why we have
Peter Parker doing
for
this.
racist Venom. Yeah. Although I do like that part of the movie. I do feel like that's what Peter would do. He got a sudden boost of confidence.
Yeah. I like the jazz scene.
Yeah.
Like slides on the chair and shit.
When
Yeah.
he shows off, takes Gwen Stacy to the bar that Mary Jane's working at.
Yeah, he's such a douchebag in that movie.
He is. Do you have a favorite Spider-Man villain?
That's a good question. He has a lot of villains.
Yeah, he's got a good rogues gallery.
When I was younger, I really liked Carnage. I thought Carnage was like super cool.
He's crazy.
Yeah, that's why I liked him. I always liked the crazy characters. Like it's like yeah. So I thought he was super cool. I think now that I'm older, I'm not super into Carnage. I like Venom. I don't know if I'd say he's my favorite. I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe Doc Ock or Green Goblin. Or,
They're good ones.
yeah.
I really like Mysterio.
Mysterio's cool.
Yeah.
I even like Scorpion because I'm pretty sure he's Mexican or something, right? Or Hispanic.
Scorpion. I don't know what his ethnicity is, but I always thought he had an interesting story. It was just some like criminal that J. Jonah Jameson forced into this scorpion costume because he wanted to get rid of Spider-Man, and scorpions are like natural like enemy.
Right. They kill spiders.
Yeah. And so he forced this guy into a scorpion costume that he can never take off.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sent his ass to fucking jail, J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah. And Rhino's kind of a similar kind of thing too. It's just like a criminal who's stuck in this rhino costume that he can't take off.
Yeah. He's just a big dum-dum.
Yeah.
I guess technically the Punisher was a villain at some point. He was a hired assassin.
The Punisher first appearance in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He was hired by the Jackal.
Which, by the way, the new Punisher thing came out, and I still got to watch it.
It's out already?
Yeah, I didn't know it was out already. I saw it today.
I saw something on Disney Plus like I think 2 days ago. I was like, "Oh, this is supposed to be coming out soon." And I clicked on it, but it wasn't the show. I think it was just like the preview or whatever. But I was hoping that it would just tell me when it was coming out, and there was no date or anything. And I was like,
"Yeah,
okay, cool."
I think it literally came out yesterday because I went to Disney Plus today to finish Daredevil, and I saw it was there, and I was like, "What the fuck? This is already out." And then Randall comes into work and he's like, "Hey, yo, did you watch the new Punisher thing yet?" And I was like, "Did it just come out today?" And he's like, "It's been out." And I was like, "No, motherfucker's lying to me. No way, there's no way it's been out." You know what I mean?
But I need to watch it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. John Bernthal, great.
Yeah, for real. That's another movie we could have put in recommendations. The Punisher movie. I like that movie.
Which one?
The first one.
The Thomas Jane one? The John Travolta?
No. Yes. John Travolta. Yes, John Travolta. Yeah.
Okay.
I like that one.
That is a good one.
That's like what made me like the
Warzone.
Warzone's cool too.
Like Warzone. I think that one's good. I haven't seen the one with Dolph Lundgren.
I don't think I saw that one either.
Yeah. So I want to say it's from the 80s. Might be 90.
Yeah, I don't think I saw that one.
No. There was a run of like, I think they were like straight to TV, like Marvel movies when they were just like desperate.
Right.
Because I think there's a Captain America one that
Fantastic Four.
likes. There's a Nick Fury movie that's not good, starring David Hasselhoff.
It's funny.
Yeah, then the Fantastic Four that was never officially released.
Back to Spider-Man, I will say I didn't like that all the criminals in this fucking movie were all like Hispanic or Asian.
Yeah.
You ever notice that? Like the guys that try
it was 2002.
Yeah, they were all criminals back then.
People are bad guys.
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy because it wasn't that long ago, and that's literally how it was back then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All the
And back then,
gangsters
they
and
thought we were progressive. They're like, they're in the movie.
like, how dare they even put him in the movie? Like, we're always the gangsters, the bad guys. Like that dude Hector that
Yeah.
was in a bunch of movies in the like 90s and 2000s. I think his name's
Yeah.
actually Hector, and he always plays a Hector in like all the movies, and he's always like the same fucking guy. He's like some like cholo, like
Yeah.
Hispanic dude. He made a whole living off that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Like, just put me in as the cholo, as
Typecasted.
the Mexican gangster.
Yeah.
He had a monkey crawl out his butt, or up his butt.
Yeah,
right?
Bruce
And
Almighty. Yeah. Yeah, and then even Mary Jane's Puerto Rican boss
Yeah,
at the diner.
What?
He's like such an
Why
asshole.
why is she wearing a kimono?
I didn't know that either. And then so I like how Harry is like, why aren't you wearing the black dress? When the real question would be, why are you wearing a Chinese dress? You know, like what the fuck's going on, bro? A lot of weird ethnical things going on in this movie, I think.
I was going to ask, do you have a favorite Spider-Man love interest?
Black Cat. She's fucking sexy,
Nice.
yo. Black Cat's so hot.
Felicia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I get it, bro. I get it, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
What about you? Mary Jane?
I do like Mary Jane. I like Gwen Stacy a lot too. It's hard to say. It's hard to pick.
Yeah.
Because they kind of change up their personalities a little bit based on like whatever iteration you're watching. I don't know. I think Mary Jane might be my favorite.
Yeah.
She's just been the one that's always been around.
Right.
Everyone else end up either dies or leaves him.
I like
Although
that.
I don't know if he's even with her right now in the comics. It's been a minute since they've been together.
They got to be old by now.
But I do like that Elizabeth Banks plays Betty Brant in the movie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
it doesn't even look like her, really.
I want to say that was his first girlfriend in the comics was Betty Brant.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. They didn't work out because she hated Spider-Man. You know, it makes sense because she works for J. Jonah Jameson.
Right.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? I want to say something about that.
About Elizabeth Banks?
No. Oh, what I was going to say was I think you were just destined to like redheads, Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
maybe, I don't know.
The media, they forced you to like redheads. You know, you had Ariel from The Little Mermaid. You got Mary Jane, Spider-Man. You know, you got I don't know why I started thinking about was her name Bryce Dallas Howard?
Would you like Bryce Dallas Howard as like
as
a person?
But she came later in the Jurassic Park movie, so that's what I was thinking of, but I was like, that doesn't work.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like I exclusively like redheads.
By the way, people, that's Eric's type, by the way. So if you're a cute redhead out there, slide in his DMs. You know,
it's not super important color hair that they have. Most of the time, it's not even real. Their natural hair color. So
yeah, as long as they're cute and they're willing, right? No, just kidding.
As long as they're cute and they like me and aren't crazy.
They aren't douchey assholes. Kind. I think kind is the biggest quality. Kind. I think if you're a kind person, that is probably the most attractive thing to me.
Do you like kindness?
Yeah.
Like when people are nice?
Yeah.
Most of the time, they're just mean.
Yeah, because there are a lot of shitty people out there.
Most of the time, they just pretend to be nice and then they...
It's a facade.
Hurt my feelings.
It's a means to an end. But all right. It's enough with our love life and our attractions. You have anything else for Spider-Man before we close it out?
I can't think of anything else to say. I mean, there's lots to say about Spider-Man. Obviously, I love him.
For sure. Yeah, I feel you. I think Uncle Ben and Aunt May, I think these are the best
best
depictions of them.
Ben and May?
Yeah, I think so.
I would agree. I think this is the best Aunt May.
Um,
We don't even have an Uncle Ben in the MCU.
I know, but that and Aunt May's hot now. Like, okay, I guess I want to hook up with Aunt May.
Versatility.
Yeah, I didn't used to feel this way about Aunt May, and now I do. Thanks for that.
Oh, you don't like Rosemary Harris?
I mean, she could get it. And I But I think we should close it out. We're running quite long on time. It's like 2 hours now.
Yes. All right.
It's like midnight here, so I'm gonna have to work tomorrow.
Yeah, you need to go to bed.
Yeah. All right. Well,
All right.
keep watching our show.
Yeah. Keep watching.
Thank you guys for watching. You guys are the best. Love y'all.
Yep. See ya. Enough said.
Oh, that too. Excelsior.